Hello, everybody. Sorry, the members of the board that are here today to see this very cherished ceremony that we have. Something is wrong. Yes. No. Welcome, all of you, and in this very cherished ceremony, I was saying that we have at IE is the ceremony to give to the awards for all of the extraordinary students that they have participated in the Humanities Award of the IE Foundation in poetry and short story in English and Spanish. For us, it's a very important ceremony, and we welcome all of you to this special thing for IE. I told you last year, sorry, the members of the board, because I am in some way going to repeat the same words that I said last year. Why the humanities and why at IE? Really, for us, we try to impulse to make the humanities something that is in the thoughts of our students, because we believe that that is important for them, is important for society, and makes many things better. I think we make better students. I think also these better students can understand better the society where they live, and I believe that even makes them more able to understand the needs of the people. And it has the practical part also that is even have new looks, the new opportunities in the market. All these make for us a very important issue that, as I told you, we are trying to move forward very much. Today we are going to give these awards to the student that won. They had, I think, really very good juries that read all the short stories and poetry that they sent, and I think we have a very, very good participators here. Now I am going to give the floor to Carlos Mas, Executive Vice President of IE Foundation, that will speak more about these prizes. Again, welcome, congratulations to the winners, and thank you for coming, all the people who are here today. One last word will be for the people in charge to do this work, to Julián Montaño, that was in the very beginning of these awards and make a wonderful job during the time he was at the front of these humanities prizes, and to Victoria Jimeno, that succeeded, was the last, is the now director of this award. Their teams and themselves had made possible that we have today this group of really outstanding people in here. Thank you very much.
Mr. Carlos Mas, Executive Vice President of the IE Foundation, has now the floor.
Thank you, thank you. Dear members of the IE community, good morning to everyone. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to participate in this ceremony from this side of the table. Last year I was there. I was a guest as a member on the International Advisory Board, as many of you today. Now, as our president said, I'm Executive Vice President of the IE Foundation. So let me begin by thanking our president, Diego del Alcázar, for the trust and friendship he has always honored me, once more demonstrated by my recent appointment. Thank you. As well as my predecessor, Rafael Puyol, that is over there, for all the great work done in these years in the foundation and for allowing me to collaborate with him in the future as a friend and as a colleague. Thank you, Rafael. The IE Foundation acts as a catalyst within the IE community, ensuring cross-connections between internal and external stakeholders, empowering joint initiatives that drive change in society, in businesses, and in the education of tomorrow's leaders. The Foundation's main goals are to generate projects and resources designed to further improve the quality of education, to create and manage applied research initiatives, to fund the scholarship programs, to nurture a culture of giving back, and to bring added impetus to IE's strategic values. In this context, why are these prizes a bet for the IE Foundation? We strongly believe in the values of humanities in education, an education that fails to place a strategic and fundamental emphasis on the humanities is a missed opportunity. Without the humanities pillar, we fail in educating the kind of talent and leadership that our society needs to shape a better future. The education that we in IE strive to develop is more than job training. We know that our students can expect to move through multiple career phases during the course of their lives. This will require them a wide range of skills, not only to solve important problems, but to capture big opportunities. In this concern, we are committed to demolishing the barriers between science and technology and humanities, relying on the entrepreneurship, innovation, and diversity as core values of IE. We want to provide education that our students need, understanding that they also deserve the chance to grow intellectually and morally, and even spiritually. This is a win-win moral agreement for all of us. This is our challenge for reinventing higher education. Our motto at the IE Foundation is collaborative initiative that impacts. We support these prizes with our IE community because they recognize the humanist vision of IE students and graduates, their capacity for critical thought, their ability to have another voice and see things in different ways as the world is rapidly changing and becoming more challenging. So again, why are these prizes a bet for the IE Foundation? No doubt because of relevance and great impact. My final remark are for those of you that have been awarded this year. The IE Foundation is proud as an institution in recognizing with these prizes the talent of the winners, who reflect so well the advancing of the humanities, and wishes to express these thanks to friends, donors, and collaborators who allow us to do so. Students, you are a fundamental part of our purpose. Congratulations for your contribution to strengthen the world from a humanist perspective. We are all proud of you, and we hope that you will play a role to continue to build a bigger, stronger, and committed IE community. Thanks so much, congratulations, and enjoy.
Dear President of IE, Don Diego del Alcázar, dear Executive Vice President of the IE Foundation, Don Carlos Mas, dear Executive President of the IE University, Don Santiago Iñiguez, dear members of the International Advisory Board, dear Deans, Vice Deans, and faculty members, dear members of the jury and award winners of the IE Foundation prizes, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you all this morning to the award ceremony of the IE Foundation prizes in the humanities for the academic year 2016-2017. Without further ado, we will now begin awarding the prizes. Please, could the winners come into the stage from their right and exit from the other side. The IE students and alumni awarded the IE Foundation prizes in the humanities for the year 2016-2017 are, in the category of poetry in Spanish, the first prize goes to Andrea Tapia from Ecuador, who graduated in the Master of Visual and Digital Media this year for a poem entitled Adiós en Gran Central. Unfortunately, Andrea cannot be here with us today, so her mother, Miriam Tapia, would be collecting the prize on her behalf. The second prize goes to Rosa Italia Porras from Nicaragua, who graduated from the Master in Corporate Communication this year for a poem entitled ¿Dónde estás? Rosa, unfortunately, is unable to be here, but sends a message of deep thanks that I'm going to read now. This prize is a motivation to keep writing and sharing my thoughts and emotions. I'm so honored to be a winner. I would like to thank IE Foundation for this award. Congratulations to all the winners and participants. The third prize goes to Sofia Rondan from Spain, who graduated from the Master in International Relations in 2016 for a poem entitled Roma. In the category of short story in Spanish, the first prize goes to Sofía Quetglas Diz from Spain, who graduated from the Master in Management in 2016 for a story entitled Dualidad. The second prize goes to Lucía Naveiro from Spain, a student of the Bachelor in Communication, I would say in our Segovia campus, for a story entitled Los Días Violentos. The third prize goes, again, to Andrea Tapia from Ecuador, who graduated from the Master in Visual and Digital Media this year and whose mother is going to represent us. In the category of poetry in English, the first prize goes to Rama Al-Ramahi from Jordan. Rama is a student of the dual degree in Bachelor in Business Administration and International Relations for a poem entitled First. Now, Rama sends her apologies because she's unable to be here with us, but she has sent a testimony which I will now read. This prize means so much to me as a writer. Ever since I was a child, I found in words the things I could not find in people. My father would read Arabic poetry to me during dinner, which would infuriate my mother, but those moments are among my fondest memories. These poets made me feel elevated, and ever since, I've been trying to merge words and emotions in ways that could possibly make other people feel the way I did while sitting around that dinner table. He gave me a way to express myself, to put who I am into words. As I grew up, the way poetry made me feel grew as well. Poetry is about freezing moments in time, first kisses, deaths that seem impossible to get over, and moments that make you feel like your very existence on this earth is a musical piece that you never want to end. I cannot possibly express how grateful it makes me feel to know that my words resonate with other people, because art that cannot be enjoyed by others is not art at all. It saddens me that I cannot be here on this very special day, but to my colleagues who won, I can say without a doubt that all of you are patrons of the arts. The ultimate purpose of a human being is that of creation and legacy, and all of you here today have been able to reach levels of consciousness that not so many reach in lifetimes. So again, congratulations, and thank you, IE, for this phenomenal opportunity. The second prize goes to Ilse Wijgen from Holland who graduated in the Master of Corporate Communication this year for a poem entitled Imprisoned. Ilse cannot be here with us today, and I will now read her testimony. I am honored to receive this Humanities Award and regret I cannot attend this event myself. These awards are important to remind us that everyone has their own story. It is how we tell those stories that causes others to respect us or to misunderstand us. Therefore, learning how to tell your story means a great deal. I hope it inspires others to do the same. And the third prize goes to Daniel Block from Australia, a student of the dual degree Bachelor in Business Administration and International Relations for a poem entitled Move. In the category of short story in English, the first prize goes to Rinaldi Sujarto from Indonesia, who graduated from the Master in Business Analytics and Big Data this year for a story entitled The Interview. The second prize goes to Sarmad Ahmad from Pakistan for a story entitled Kahani. Sarmad is unable to be here, but sends a message of deep thanks, and I will read it now. If a man from Pakistan who spent his life living in Arabia and traveling can tell a story that you can appreciate, then this prize gives me hope. Hope that the stories that I hold within myself translate over cultures and imaginations. This prize gives me confidence. Confidence that the stories we all tell ourselves share a common humanity, and that one day we can all be less over this wonderful humanity. Thank you, IE Foundation. The third prize in the category of short story in English goes to Alexander Bavilov from Russia, who graduated in the Master of Finance this year for a story entitled Voyeur. Alexander, again, is unable to be here with us today, but he has sent a thanking message, which I will now read. First and foremost, I would like to apologize for not being able to attend this wonderful ceremony in person. Life, much like my writing, has taken me far away. Although I speak now of physical distance, the mental distance literature provides is no less real and important. I am honored that my work, one of personal literary exploration, could be selected among my peers, who I am sure submitted equally incredible works. The IE Foundation Prizes in the Humanities represent, to me, an honorable endeavor to put on display the importance of the arts within our everyday lives. By showcasing the outstanding talent present at IE, we further this noble cause. With this in mind, I want to wish my fellow award recipients a lifetime of creative exploration and continued success on their upcoming works. And I look forward to reading, watching, and observing them all. I hope you all have a joyous ceremony. Now, in the category of photography, the first prize goes to Caroline Billedeux from the United States, who graduated from the International MBA this year for a photograph called Tres Niveles. The second prize goes to Shantanu Garg from India, a student of the Master in Management, for the photograph entitled Answers from Above. The third prize goes to Yan Lin Fu from Singapore, who graduated from the International MBA this year for a photograph entitled Ink and Wash. The jury has decided to give an honorary mention to Teddy Godillon from France, who graduated from the International MBA this year for a photograph entitled Ojo por Ojo. And may I say, before I continue, that all the photographs that we have just mentioned are on display on the entrance of the building. In the video category, the first prize goes to Eugenia Goffre-Muro and Héloïse Almandu, both from France, students of the Bachelor in Communication, for a video entitled Don't Forget Me. The second prize goes to Nidhi Dwarakanat from India, who graduated from the Master in Visual and Digital Media this year for a video entitled Happy Monday. Nidhi is unable to be here but sends a message of deep thanks. I am extremely pleased that my piece Happy Monday won the second prize in the video category. It means a lot to have been able to communicate the simple idea of the rat race that most working professionals would have experienced at some point in their lives. I hope I can continue to visually communicate everyday struggles of life through my videos. And finally, the third prize goes to Raya Hilani from Lebanon for a video entitled Masira. Ali Dahan will be collecting the prize on her behalf. You can now be seated, yes. And now, the last year winner of the first prize of poetry in English, Joy Sierra Archer Holmes, will congratulate this year's winners on behalf of all last year's prize recipients.
Hello all, my name is Joy and I'm so happy to be with you guys, but unfortunately I'm running a little late. Thankfully we have technology like Robbie to help me out until I get there, and it looks like I'm arriving, so I'll take it from here, Robbie. Thank you. Good afternoon all, my name is Joy, and as you heard, I was one of the winners from the first edition of the IE Foundation Prizes in the Humanities. And today I am so pleased to be here now in person to congratulate all of our awardees today for a job well done. And I can only imagine how proud of yourselves you are and in your work, because I know for me, I was beyond thrilled last year to receive the call to say that I had placed first prize in the poetry division. And you know, generally it was just an amazing feeling to know that there was a platform like this for us to showcase our art in its varying interpretations, because a lot of times in focus on the core subjects in our degrees, whether it be law or business, architecture, or any of the other programs, the arts unfortunately get lost in the mix. But today, you are showing us the beauty that is added by the arts. You're showing us the value that it adds to our educational experience. So I encourage you all to continue writing your poetry and short stories. Continue capturing beautiful moments in your photography and videography, because we need people like you. And for all of you, I know for me, it's such a pleasure to be here to share in this experience. So for our awardees, I hope you enjoy today's celebration, because you deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joy and Robbie. With an increasing number of entries every year, which truly reflects IE's diversity, since the students and alumni from more than 50 different countries have submitted their artistic creations, the task of the juries was far from easy. All the works have been collected in a wonderful volume published by the IE Foundation that you will be given once the ceremony is over. The photographs, as I mentioned before, are on display in the building. However, we have the unique opportunity of enjoying the words of those who have received the awards this year, and therefore I now call to the floor David Block, who will now read Move, the third prize of English Poetry category.
Thank you very much. It's a great honour. So as mentioned before, my piece is entitled Move. Journey amongst the hidden and the brave, scurrying in the darkness from a lonely night. Bashful beings, humbled by a breath, choking on the smoke of inhibitions. How shallow will we fall beyond when we corner our path to an ends once found. We persevere for the sake of a face, a forging flame of a soul unseen. Bury the shame of misfortune's haze, conceal the fear of fear itself. For time is the essence of a wound unhealed, self-inflicted to a point of reflect. Are you present, or have you forsaken? Why bother look the past in the eye? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Now, as I mentioned before, twice actually, Andrea Tapia is unable to be here with us, but she's going to be with us thanks to technology from Quito, Ecuador. And she's going to read the first prize winner of the Spanish poetry category, Adiós en Gran Central.
Hello from the IE offices in Quito, Ecuador. Residencia de miradas esquivas, curiosas, sugestivas, sutiles, despectivas, pasajeras. Punto en donde amanece y anochece de la misma manera, con el mismo trajín y el mismo paso. Lugar en que se perciben todas las versiones de un adiós. Adiós en abrazo, adiós en un beso, adiós con las manos, adiós con la espalda, adiós para siempre, adiós por hoy, adiós a mi pueblo, adiós al pasado, adiós a mí mismo, adiós alegría. Bienvenida. Adiós. Y desde aquí, que venga lo que deba venir. Que se filtre una vida en aquel y aquel otro que se une como por designio de una fuerza inalterable a la cadena de figuras fugaces que parten de este extremo a ese de allá, siendo casi invisibles, pasando desapercibidos y finalmente llegando. He llegado, aquí me quedo.
Rinaldi Sugiarto, who has received the first prize from the category of English short story, is going to now read us an excerpt from his story, The Interview.
Thank you very much, Ms. Susanna and IE Foundation. I wanted to say many things. I wanted to say that such a thing is impossible, that all of this was just a trick, that once I left this interview, all the craziness would fade away, but instead, my mouth let out only a single question. Who are you guys? John's face gave out a radiant halo of joy. His lips stretched out widely, so much so that for the briefest of moments he appeared inhuman. But such facade disappeared just as quickly as it appeared, and he was now simply a very jolly person. Well, let's put it this way, he said. There are companies that specialize in changing people's physical appearances. There are those that specialize in changing people's investments. In our case, we're a company that specializes in changing people's past. Thank you very much.
And finally, Sofía Ketglas, who has received the first prize for the category of short story in Spanish, is also going to read us a part of her work, Dualidad.
Thanks, Susana, and thank you everybody in the IE Foundation for this honor, and congratulations to all the winners. Siempre que llegaba a esta época del año le pasaba lo mismo. Era esa época del año en la que te sientes como en una isla. Todo se vuelve de color marrón, las orejas se te quedan frías, pero todavía no consigues exhalar vaho por tu boca. Todo varía durante un tiempo, haciéndote añorar todo lo que odiabas que fuese estático. Esa época del año se podía comparar con una de las canciones de piano que tanto le gustaban, tan melancólica, tan suave y tan hermosa en su tristeza. En esa época del año, la oscuridad parecía querer abrirse camino a marchas forzadas en el ánimo de la gente, mermando la luz del día y dando paso a la inexorable noche que precedía al invierno. Las primeras gotas de una lluvia fina empezaban a empapar el suelo, acelerando la marcha de los viandantes y sus deseos de encontrarse en casa cuanto antes. Ella consideraba que todo aquello era hermoso, que la transformación del paisaje siempre acarreaba una transformación personal más que necesaria, que comenzaba un tiempo en el que la reflexión y la introspección eran, de forma natural, parte de la rutina. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Sofia. And now it is my pleasure to invite Mr. Félix Valdivieso, Director of Communications of IE, and also, as many of you know, a wonderful writer, to address this year's winners. Thank you, Félix.
Sí. Hi. Can you hear me? Yep. So it's an honor to be here. And the question, I think, is always why? Why the humanities, right? I wrote this book that has been released in September. And I wanted to show you this because I think there is always a question before us. We could say, or it has been said by the founder of IE, that the humanities are important for society. Also, Carlos Mas said that humanities are a win-win moral agreement to all of us. I would go with Raymond Carver and say something about the humanities, as he said about love. He had this short story called What We Talk About When We Talk About Love. So what do we talk about when we talk about the humanities and the arts? I think that what makes us understand what, for instance, Chinese civilization is, or what is the current affair, the current situation in the US, are not economic projections or thorough data or a thorough analysis of the world economy. What makes us understand what the world is, what makes us understand who we are those little stories of our imagination, those things we hear, those novels we read, those films we watch, the agents of our imagination. So let me tell you a small story and comment on that story. The story is called The Black Sheep. And it goes like this. Many years ago, in a faraway country, there was a black sheep. Unfortunately, he was killed. A century later, the flock, really sorry for what it had done to the black sheep, erected a beautiful sculpture, an equestrian sculpture, in the middle of the park. It looked very, very nice. Later, every time that a black sheep appeared, he was systematically and immediately put before a firing squad so that the future generations of common and ordinary sheep could busy themselves in the noble art of the sculpture. Well, I've told you this story because I believe that human knowledge is a bit like a flock of sheep, where each white sheep represents a field of knowledge. So you have the sheep of mathematics, you have the sheep of physics, and so on. And there is this, of course, black sheep in this flock, the black sheep of the humanities and the arts, because nobody, it is the black sheep because nobody really knows what its purpose is, but it's always there. That's why, for instance, when a daughter asks to his father, or says to his father, "Father, I want to dedicate my life to writing," then the father straight away goes and says, "Listen, why don't you do some hard stuff, study economy, for instance, and write on weekends, on your free time?" Is it familiar to you? Well, my message to you is, please, do keep writing, do keep painting, precisely with no purpose, because that is precisely the noble purpose of writing, of painting, and of the arts. Obviously, myself, I followed the advice of my father, so I did the hard stuff and left the weekends to write. I published this book recently, which are 51 stories on the paintings of artist Miguel Panadero, sorry. And what I did is called, technically, ekphrasis. We haven't, is obviously a Greek term, we haven't gone very far since the Greeks. And ekphrasis is just a verbal explanation of a visual piece of art. Having said that, I won't recommend my book, but I would recommend a book by an Italian writer which has been a bestseller in Italy about the beauties of the Greek language, right? You can find it translated in every single language. So as I said, please keep writing, keep painting with no purpose, because that's precisely the noble purpose of the arts. Thank you.
Thank you, Felix. Thank you for those wonderful words. Now, the ceremony is now drawing to a close. Before inviting you all to join us for a cocktail outside in the gardens, I would have one request and one thanking. I thank you all for being here, for attending this ceremony. I congratulate the winners. I hope to see you all next year here as well. And do please engage in discussions, you students, members of the advisory board. It is a rare occasion that we can be all together in the same venue. So it would be, I would say, a wonderful opportunity not to go by. And now, before I just say goodbye, I pass the floor to the president of IE, Diego del Alcázar, who will now close the ceremony.
Again, thank you to all of you for being here. Congratulations to the winners. I think you are a very significant group of students that make an example for the whole IE community. Thank you, and I would like to declare the open of the next edition of the Humanities Awards. Thank you very much.